So the biggest YouTuber on this platform, Jimmy Donaldson, aka MrBeast, talked several times about a simple thing that he did early on in his YouTube career that really kickstarted things and then helped him to achieve the success that he's had. Hey, I'm just an average guy trying to make $100,000 online only using things like Amazon and YouTube, and I'm posting about it every day until I do. And last night, I met with several YouTubers who we just kind of kicked around our channels, talked about various YouTube ideas and things, helped each other think about our next step and what we want to do, and also kind of looked at our titles and thumbnails. And this is something that MrBeast talked about doing early on in his YouTube career as well. Finding a group of like-minded people and then criticizing each other's channel, not holding anything back, giving people raw, unfiltered, real ideas from people who are also doing the same thing, and just helping each other grow. And this is something that I'm early on in the process right now. We've only met a few times. Really great people. If you're watching this channel, I really appreciate you guys helping me with my channel, and hopefully the things that I'm saying for yours also help you with yours as well. But the thing is, this is something that Jimmy Donaldson tried doing early on. He just got together with some friends, some people who are also trying to grow YouTube channels, and he's never revealed who those people were. I would love to find out who exactly was in that group and where their channels are as well. He said that all of their channels are very successful, so I'd love to see who those people were. But we're just trying to get together and saying, hey, we all want to grow on YouTube. We all want to help each other with our YouTube channels, and this is how we're going to do it. Yesterday, the person who's kind of running the meetings encouraged us and challenged us to make SMART goals. And I had to admit, I didn't have any. And it's not that I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's a great idea. It's just that I've been so focused on this goal of putting a video on this channel every day, and now even making the length of this video longer, that I haven't taken a step back to say, well, what are my goals for this channel? So I think that's great, a great criticism, a great challenge, something that I definitely need to think about. So in terms of like putting together a group like this, all you really have to do is say, who are some other channels in my niche, or who are some other channels that I think that we can grow together, and maybe comment on their channels or email them and say, hey, I think we can really put together a good group that we can help each other. This is something that I actually have tried to do in the past as well. It never quite took off. So I really appreciate the person who organized it this time around, because I think it's going to be a great thing. But at the same time, I think just getting together with people, just saying, we're going to work on this together, and we don't have it all figured out. In fact, the leader of the group says he is not the expert here. And I wanted to say at that time, I think I said it in a comment, I'm not an expert either. I mean, I'm just trying to build as I go and learn as I go. And when it comes to this channel specifically, it's talked about, I call myself an average guy making money online. I'm not making as much as I want to. And I know I talk about YouTube a lot on this channel, but the thing is, I don't have it all figured out. So I need to look to people and receive help from other people. And I think that's where something like this group can really help. So this is something that MrBeast did, and he talks about this in several of his interviews, just having a group of people that criticizes each other's titles, looks at each other's thumbnails and say, tweak that a little bit, or have you tried this, or maybe this is what I've tried on my channel, and it's really helped my channel to gain some traction. But the idea is simply looking outside yourself to other people and getting some feedback from them. Now, it doesn't have to come in the form of a group. Getting feedback from others could come in the form of your YouTube comments. Maybe in your video itself, you just open it up to your subscribers to say, hey, did you like the thumbnail today? Or what do you think this title was really effective? Is that why you watched this video? Because of the title. What was it that you were hoping from the title to get out of this video? And did I deliver on that value, on that promise? So all these kinds of questions could be even just for your subscribers. Now, I don't recommend asking these kinds of things of your family, because oftentimes, even though they're close to you and they care about you and they care about the things that you care about, sometimes their mindset for these things is just going to be different from a subscriber or from a fellow creator. Oftentimes, when I've asked these kinds of questions of my family, they've said, well, yeah, it was fun, or I don't really like that. I think it's too clickbaity. But people who are in the industry know that you have to have an element of intrigue, and sometimes to somebody not in the industry, that might seem more clickbaity, but as long as you deliver on the promise of the video, or at least the promise of what the viewer wants to get out of the video, then it's perfectly fine. It's called good clickbait, or even just a good thumbnail at that point. But the idea is, instead of just you processing all these questions yourself, ask other people, whether that's a group of like-minded creators or a group of your subscribers, or even I've learned to do this on one of my other channels, my biggest channel, even some of your top fans, your top members. So I have on my biggest channel, my channel with 20,000 subscribers, I have memberships active, and I have about 20 members or so. So I simply ask them. Sometimes I'll give them a couple thumbnails and say, hey, which one do you think you would be most likely to click on? And you could ask that of your membership in general, but these are the people who are most devoted to my channel, who are most likely to give me not just a random sampling of my audience, which could be beneficial, but the people who are most invested in my channel. So those are the kind of people that I want to reach. So I give them two options. These are the people who are paying to be members of the channel. I give them two options and say, which video do you want me to make? Or which title do you think is most appealing to you? And I give, even like, it's a perk of the channel that I allow them to kind of tell me what videos to make next. But at the same time, while it's a perk for them, it's a huge benefit to me as well, because it's giving me insight into my audience and into not just, a random sampling of the internet in terms of my audience, but who the people are who are most interested in my story, in my journey, and finding out feedback directly from them. So this idea of getting feedback doesn't have to be just a group of people. It can be your audience. It can be your family, although take that with a huge grain of salt. Some people say don't even tell your family and friends about your channel, and I think that's good advice. Although you don't want to keep things from your family. I say that tongue in cheek, right? But the idea is just get together with people, get some feedback from them, and find out how, and through all that, find out how to better adjust your channel, tweak your channel. For me, one of the biggest things is just quick iterations. That's why partly I like the idea of making a video every single day, just because it forces me to actually work on things every day. Now, it also, having a video every single day doesn't allow me to make big changes every single day, because I'm focused on just getting a video out there. Whereas they say to make small improvements every day. And that's a good thing. I'm trying to make small improvements. Mine are like itty bitty micro improvements every day. Sometimes I don't even make an improvement, in all honesty, because I'm so focused on getting a video out there. But at the same time, it's like, the more you do, the more I'm getting a video onto the platform, the more reps I'm putting in, the more, trial and error that I'm able to do. And all of this does go into play, right? So all this it allows me as a creator to try things, allows me as a creator to see what's working, to see what's failing. And by having another group of people like Mr. Beast does, that allows us to work that together as well. So put it like this. If I myself analyze my channel, that's just, I can maybe 1 times my effort, right? Or if I'm changing a small bit, 1% every day, I can maybe get 1% better, right? But if another 5 to 10 people are looking at my channel, then all of a sudden it's not just 1%, one idea, but maybe 5 ideas or 10 ideas per video, or at least however often we're meeting, that I can look at and say, well, yeah, that's a small thing. I can probably do that for my next video. And even just last night, whenever I showed them the first 10 seconds of my video from yesterday, they said, well, that could be much more effective if you do this. So that's why I added the calendar thing flipping in, because it looked like it was, that time had passed. So I had put in 170 something days at this point on this challenge. So that kind of represents that this is something that I'm working on every single day. You let me know. Let me know in a comment. Was that an effective addition to the video yesterday? And if you didn't see that, then go watch the video from yesterday. By the way, I forgot to mention this, but yesterday on Amazon and my 3 monetized YouTube channels, I made $42.53. That brings my total over 177 days to $16,020.98, and that's an average per day of $90.51. Hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm just an average guy.